Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jill, otherwise known as the Enlightened Target, and this channel is devoted to narcissistic abuse awareness and recovery, parental alienation, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and anything and everything associated with those three main topics. Today, we are going to explore a hypothetical question that is a continuation of the last video I made, which was about narcissism and the Bible, and if the Bible addresses narcissism, and if so, what does it say? So if you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to do so before you watch this one. So today we are asking the question, is there such a thing as human evil? And if so, what would the diagnostic indicators be in order to actually diagnose someone as evil? Now, evil isn't in the DSM, and I sincerely doubt that it ever will be. However, in my opinion, I think it should be. Evil is the only word that accurately describes certain people. We use the word psychopath, sociopath, malignant narcissist, but we tend to shy away from calling evil deeds committed by evil people evil. I know that I have struggled with this question many times throughout my life. If I felt like someone was evil, I would often feel guilty about even using that word. Who was I to call another human being evil? Isn't evil only reserved for the devil? That was my thinking at the time. Then I would ask myself, well, what do you call a human being who robs you, blackmails you, smears you with the most repulsive things you have ever heard, kidnaps your 14-year-old child out of your home on his birthday while you're sleeping and slashes your tires and cuts your brake line? What is the proper and appropriate word for someone like that? What is the appropriate word for a human being who intentionally forces his own child to hate his mother, who teaches the child to spit in the mother's face, convincing the child she's deserving of such treatment? Do you say that person is mean or that person is bad? I don't think those words do these vicious acts justice. I do believe that this is an evil, and I think it should be named and labeled just that, not only because I believe it's true, but that so others in society can know what that person is. There's no confusion about the meaning of the word evil. So today we are exploring evil and what that means if it became a diagnosis in the DSM. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I would like to invite you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every week. Also, if you are interested in one-on-one private narcissistic abuse recovery coaching with me or group coaching on Sundays, please visit my website or send me an email. Both are linked in the description below. So today we are talking about the possibility that there is such a thing as human evil, and if that's true, shouldn't it become an actual diagnosis? And if so, what would the criteria be in order to diagnose a human being as being afflicted with evil? I'm basing this video on an amazing book that was actually the very first book I read when I started to figure out that my ex and my father were malignant narcissists. It, to this day, is one of the very best books I have ever read on this topic, and I highly recommend it. The book is titled People of the Lie by M. Scott Peck. He wrote other amazing books as well, one being The Road Less Traveled. M. Scott Peck was a psychotherapist, a philosopher, a deep thinker, and was also somewhat religious. He was an intellectual, and in the book People of the Lie, he takes the controversial question, is there such a thing as human evil? And he sets out to either prove that there is or prove that there is not. He uses real-life examples throughout the book based on many of his patients throughout his long career to prove or disprove this notion of, is there a human evil? Brilliant book, in my opinion. He explains things in such a way that gives the reader true insight and understanding into how these people think and operate. So if you have not read People of the Lie by M. Scott Peck, I encourage you to read it. I promise you'll never forget the things in this book. And although much is disturbing for people like us who have been harmed by malignant narcissists and sociopaths, educating ourselves about these people, how they think, what motivates them, in my opinion, is a critical part to your healing and will help protect you from ever getting involved with one of these people again. I don't want to spoil the book for anyone who might be interested in reading it, but I do need to talk about a few things. The author uses examples throughout the book from patients he's treated through the years. So he used real life examples. At the end of the book, based on numerous examples and detailed explanations, he concludes that yes, there truly is human evil, and that is malignant narcissism, meaning malignant narcissism equates to human evil. He further went on to explain the symptoms that mental health care professionals should use in order to diagnose someone as evil. And I'm getting ready to list those for you right now. M. Scott Peck defines human evil by the following 10 characteristics and traits. Number 1, consistently self-deceiving with the intent of avoiding guilt and maintaining a self-image of perfection. Number 2, deceives others as a consequence of their own self-deception. Number 3, projects his or her evils and sins onto very specific targets while being apparently normal with everyone else. Number 4, commonly hates with the pretense of love for the purpose of self-deception as much as deception of others. Number 5, abuses political and emotional power, the imposition of one's will upon others by overt or covert coercion. Number 6, maintains a high level of respectability and lies incessantly in order to do so. Number 7, is consistent in his or her sins. Evil persons are characterized not so much by the magnitude of their sins, but by their consistency of destructiveness. Number 8, is unable to think from the viewpoint of the victim, meaning no capacity to empathize with the trauma they caused their victims. Number 9, has a covert intolerance to criticism and other forms of narcissistic injury. And number 10, most evil people realize the evil deep within themselves, but are unable to tolerate the pain of introspection or admit to themselves that they are evil. Thus, they constantly run away from their evil by putting themselves into a position of moral superiority and putting the focus of evil on others. When I read those 10 diagnostic indicators as to what defines human evil, there is no possible way that that is not describing a malignant narcissist. And in my opinion, evil should become a real live DSM diagnosis. I believe these people should be labeled for exactly what they are, and if treatment of such people is not a possibility, then society has a God-given right to know exactly what they are so they can protect themselves and their family. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone.